Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Jerry Cooey, and behind the camera and my sidekick, Deborah Nelson, is playing the role of best boy today. We have decided to come out to the Pullum Industrial Park and just wanted to, thought we'd help him every chance we can. You can get all of his phone numbers and everything in case you want to buy a piece of property. But
there's plenty of property out there.
There is plenty of property.
There's still choice lots left.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the things, and this occurred a while back, there was an expenditure of $50,000 for signage. As I seem to recall, that money was not spent in Santa Rosa County. It was went to a sign builder in Escambia County. And so here it is. It's now the north entrance of the Northwest Florida Industrial Park at I-10. It'll always be near and dear to my heart as the Pullum property, because that's what it actually is. This is the section of the original section. Of course, a little bit further over is the 90 acres that we paid $3.2 million for, which was 3 times the appraised value that was currently on file in Santa Rosa County. But one thing, and Deborah, this is the part that kills me. Folks, we made an expenditure of signs. This is your tax dollars right here, folks. Look, this is your tax dollars. And to add insult to injury, the entrance to the property that we bought doesn't have a sign yet, but we made sure that we took care of Mr. Pullum and put the first new sign right by the entrance to his industrial park. That just gives me a warm, fuzzy feeling to know that we're taking care of the Pullum's interest. But once again, folks, your tax dollars at work, completely blocked by the sign. So when you're driving down the road, you can't see our sign, but you can see this sign, folks. No doubt about it. You can see this sign.
Jerry, should we go into the park and see if there's any jobs yet?
I think we should make a tour, and folks, we hope you enjoy this tour, and we'll have some more conversation about it as the show goes on.
And while we're at it, maybe we'll go over to the 170 acres and check out the job situation.
I think we should revisit the Jim Young gift to Santa Rosa County of $1. And see how that is working out, see if there are any jobs out there.
So we're going to sign off, and we're going to be on a job quest.
We're on a job quest, folks. Back to the studio. Well, folks, here we are in the beautiful Pullum Industrial Park.
There's Innovation Drive, Jerry.
We're on Technology Drive, and this is the section of the Pullum Industrial Park that Cindy Anderson put in a great deal of effort for Mr. Pullum so that he would know exactly what infrastructure to put in to make it acceptable for the county to purchase. Does seem kind of odd that we had a county employee that was advising a private citizen, but that's how it goes.
They were originally going to buy this part, and then something happened and they changed their minds.
Yeah, eventually, it was funny how the story changed, folks. We were all hot to trot. We felt like this is the section that we needed to buy, and the 45 1-acre lots with the road in it already, and then all of a sudden we changed our minds and we decided, and I use we loosely, I don't have a mouse in my pocket. The county decided that they should buy the 90 acres that Mr. Pullum owned. Although no one has ever put anything in this one.
That one dead ends to dirt, it looks like.
There's been absolutely zero activity here for the last 25 years or so.
Here's a very nice cul-de-sac.
And we just thought we should make the tour for you today, and to let you see all the industrial activity that's going on. It's just
you can feel it's just like the other property, Jerry, I think you can feel the jobs. You really get a sense of the jobs.
Well, there's an energy here, Deborah. I mean,
it's a job
there's a force, like a force field here. You know, I just feel the power.
The job generating power.
Yeah, it's a huge job generator, and you know, the fire hydrants are painted very nicely, though.
I noticed them as well.
I'm impressed with that.
I like the color scheme on those. It's a Christmassy.
Of course, this
motif.
is kind of like the aviation park. You know, there's still a lot of nice trees out here for the birds to live in. So
there's plenty of trees.
It is forming
some shrubbery as well.
It is forming a function for nature. But you know, looks like everything's ready to go, Deborah.
Just see the magic of economic development to make it come alive.
Yeah, folks, just remember, it's Santa Rosa Week TV that's showing you the magic of economic development. As we're doing our tour of the massive industrial Pullum Industrial Park, I have noticed a slight problem, which I think probably needs to be reported to our county commissioners. A 4-foot by 5-foot hole that's about 12 feet deep on either side of the road, and not that there's a lot of activity in here, but a child could easily fall into this hole and not be able to get out.
Is it possible that's where the water coolers are intended to go?
Well, maybe it's some
for all the white collar jobs.
I've got it, Deborah. Right, it's a subterranean economic development is occurring right here. So the reason we're not seeing any jobs in this industrial park, they're underground.
It's actually generating itself out of thin air.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not unlike the other jobs.
You know, it's kind of like one of those space alien movies where he put his 3 fingers on the thing and it was an oxygen generator.
Ah.
Well, somehow magically, apparently from this hole, jobs will be created.
This is where the jobs are going to emanate from.
Very good. Okay, Deborah, let's move along with our tour. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Jerry Cooey, and here with you live remote Santa Rosa Week TV. It's been a while since we've been out to the young property that he so graciously gave the county for $1, and this is where your economic future is, ladies and gentlemen. This property, over 2 years ago, we had to have it. We just had to have it. We had to have it, and here it sits. It lies dormant. I might remind you that the largest real estate commission ever paid in the history of Santa Rosa County went to one Carla Cook for $170,000 for a simple real estate transaction. So here you go, folks. Enjoy the view. Here is your tax dollars at work.
You can just smell the jobs.
Oh yeah, there's jobs everywhere, Deborah.
Can you save me a spot by the water cooler?
Absolutely. I'll see what I can do. Well, welcome back, everybody. We're now in studio. Once again, I'm Jerry Cooey.
I'm Deborah Nelson. That was fun, huh?
It was a nice tour.
It was good to get out and see the jobs firsthand.
Well, you know,
I should have worn my interview suit and brought a briefcase.
Well, that's true. You know, one of the things that I've noticed, if one were to just read stories in the local media,
yes,
you would think that we have 100% employment.
We're drowning in a sea of jobs.
We have so many jobs. Yeah. People are job jumping almost weekly to get the next better job that comes along, and I think it's you know, one of the things that I think we strive to do at Santa Rosa Week TV is gnaw at the truth a little bit every now and then. And you know, other forms of media simply write the story of the 800 jobs that are coming, and then they write the story of the 800 jobs that are coming, and then they write the story of the 800 jobs that are coming, and then they write the story of the 246 jobs that are coming, and then certain other video media companies write the story of the 800 jobs coming, and they never do a follow-up.
Right.
Well, folks, we did a follow-up for you. And
we found 2 large fields full of weeds.
Right. And look, I'll be the first to say I'm not happy about it. I truly wish that our economy was diversified in Santa Rosa County, but herein lies the problem. I've said it before, and I'm going to say it again, and the U.S. Chamber of Commerce agrees with me. All of the job poaching, all of the secret meetings, all of the hiding behind Florida's Great Northwest, all of the money spent on cars and PowerPoint presentations and salaries and all of that means absolutely zero unless you have good infrastructure in the area to which you're trying to draw jobs to. Rough numbers since the inception of Team Santa Rosa, I'll say we're upwards of about $12–14 million it's passed through there between salaries and grant dollars and things of that nature.
Oh, I'd put it closer to 25.
You think it's that high?
Yeah.
And at the same time, where are the jobs?
Yeah.
You know, if somebody, and look, folks, I'll say this: in the beginning, in the 90s, when all of this, the new thought process, you know, for economic development in Santa Rosa County, I stood by. I think I gave them a fair chance in 2000, and nothing occurred. And in 2001, and nothing occurred. But look, you know what is the famous saying? If you keep doing something and you fail over and over, you
expect different results.
Yeah,
is the definition
it's not working. It's not. I'm sorry. I'm not picking on anyone here. We have spent millions of dollars in Santa Rosa County. We have bought millions of dollars worth of property in Santa Rosa County. The Aviation Park, 270-something acres, nothing on it. The Jim Young property, 170 acres, nothing on it.
And we should clarify, that was $1.8 million we spent for that,
right,
including the $170,000 realtor fee. Mr. Young sold the county. He had an option to buy it, and he basically gave the county his option over
for $1.
For $1.
I was of course being facetious.
For $1 and paying the $170,000 realtor fee that he had.
Right. So that purchase, and then of course we have the much ballyhooed, we have to buy the Pullum Industrial Park. The world will come to an end according to Team Santa Rosa and the folks over there in that building if we don't buy it. When it's appraised at $900,000 and we paid $3.2 million for it, we just had to have it.
And they were in the hole $3.2 million that year.
Right, and the county's budget had a $3.2 million budget hole, of which, and I don't care what certain individuals at Santa Rosa County, how they respond to this, they did fire people, they did lay people off because of a budget shortfall. It did occur.
Because they squandered money on a property.
Because they squandered money. So millions of dollars into salaries, benefits, cars, life insurance, dental insurance, health insurance.
This is for the economic development employees.
Several hundred, into the hundreds of thousands worth of grant dollars has gone through us. You know, marketing contract with the ID group at $190,000, $190,000, and
other marketing.
You know, over and over
well,
and
plus
over.
all of the stuff like this land deal that they made happen, basically that they instigated was with this Pullum Park. I mean, you have to count that stuff too. That was tax dollars that was expended on that.
And look, I believe I've been patient. I believe Deborah's been patient. She was just like, you know, I was. You know, we'll see. Well, it's 2011. They want more money at Team Santa Rosa. They want higher salaries. They want more advertising budget. You know, look, folks, they had the nerve after the $3.2 million purchase. It was actually being discussed to go ahead and buy the other piece of the Pullum Industrial Park.
Because something else will be used. It'll be used for something else in that spot if we don't snap it up right away.
Well, you know, look, myself, along with the majority of the citizens in Santa Rosa County, I think we've been patient. I think we've let it run its course. Over over and over and over, the question, and Deborah loves to ask it, where are the jobs? You know, where is it?
And why did they all get raises? I mean, year after year,
right.
we looked at their minutes where they said, where the director had said, well, I'm making $70,000 now, but I've worked it to where you can pay me $90,000. Yeah. You know, I mean, how does that happen?
At everybody else's job in America, you have to be productive before you go into your boss and ask for a raise.
You have to have results.
You know, zero results. And one thing that I want to point out, and there's been, we've noticed a new anonymous name showing up in some of the newspaper blogs that's trying to sell the efforts of Team Santa Rosa. I'd like to point out once again, as I have many times, Team Santa Rosa had absolutely nothing to do with the prison that is in East Milton. The decision by Avalax to move to from Escambia County to Santa Rosa County was their decision. It was a business decision they made. You know, so all of these things that seem to show up in the media, and look, these other sources of media, they can print whatever they want to. It's their newspaper and it's their TV station. I'm just telling you there's no factual basis to the creation of anything by the Economic Development Organization in Santa Rosa County. Over and over and over. We are millions upon millions of dollars into this stuff.
Yeah.
Nothing.
I mean, that money just went directly down the toilet.
And I think what aggravates me is in 2009, they actually gave a little speech up there one day. Well, you know, it's really bad for everybody. You know, give us a little more time. You know, it's always give us a little more time. It's always give us a little more time and throw me in a raise. It's always give us a little more time and increase my benefits. And it's always, oh, by the way, I'm going to be on Florida's Great Northwest Board. And don't be upset that I'm in the newspaper telling everybody that I'm going to hold the seat over there while I'm supposed to be working 40 hours a week for the citizens of Santa Rosa County. This is Cindy Anderson I'm talking about, whom has not brought one job to Santa Rosa County. Now, she's making jobs for herself. And I'm going to tell you, while I'm on that subject, I received an anonymous letter at my house about Panhandle Fresh. And
Panhandle Fresh is the nonprofit that was formed within Team Santa Rosa to sell Santa Rosa produce at like farmers markets and Walmart and stuff like that. It consists of Cindy Anderson, Ed Gray, and
Dick Baker.
Dick Baker, right.
The usual suspects.
But we've never been able to nail down whether that brand, Panhandle Fresh, whether the brand belongs to Santa Rosa citizens or whether those three can basically take it and do whatever they want with it and make money off it in some way, shape, or form.
Well, I would just like to say, and I'm not going to go over the information that was in that anonymous letter, but it was quite enlightening, to say the least. And I will be following up on that information, and to the person who sent me that letter, I appreciate it. Send me another one with good information like that. I always like good tips.
Well, and we still haven't seen, we've asked them several times, Santa Rosa Commission, who owns the name to Panhandle Fresh? I mean, this is something that taxpayer dollars completely paid for the formation of this thing.
We funded it. Let me clearly define this for you, ladies and gentlemen. Your tax dollars has pays for that Team Santa Rosa building over there where this plan was hatched.
Well, and all the people's salaries who came up with
it. Your tax dollars are paying for the advertising for Panhandle Fresh. Your tax dollars in the form of using up employees' times, a lot of employee time. Your tax dollars has actually, in 2 different occasions, your tax dollars has actually paid for an employee to oversee Panhandle Fresh. Now, let me make it very clear. Farming is near and dear to my heart. I have a great many relatives in the north end of the county, and I understand the issues up there. And I think it is a great idea for the county to promote the produce that is produced in Santa Rosa County. What I don't think is a good idea is for someone to come along after the taxpayers have paid for the marketing, have built the brand, and has put every single dime that is needed to go into that to make it a success. I don't think it's right for Ed Gray, Dick Baker, and Cindy Anderson to own to have a non-profit and run off to the side and use all of the taxpayer dollar efforts to enrich themselves.
Where does the money go? That's what I would like to know. I mean, we don't know where the money's going. That's the problem. Yeah. Is you know, are they paying themselves a salary? I mean, there's no telling where that could go in the future. And the county commissioners refuse to pin down who owns that name.
Well, I would venture to say at a sometime in the near future at a county commission meeting, that question's going to get answered.
I have a feeling it's going to come.
I've asked twice. I've been a gentleman about it. 2 times I have walked forward.
Yeah, I've asked.
You know, look, and 3 of the people that's sitting on that board, I helped them get elected. I consider them friends of mine. They even sat there and didn't want to say too much. So we're going to get to the bottom of that one. But folks, that's just you know, it's always, well, we need a little more time. Well, the economy's down. Well, here's a good one. I was just thinking about this one a couple weeks ago. During the time that Gordon Gooden and Cindy Anderson, Gordon Gooden, former commissioner who got his clock cleaned by Jim Melvin, I might add. During that time, Gordon Gooden stood up at 2 different meetings that I know of, and he said, I can't tell you the details, but I've got 7 companies that are interested in that property. And everybody just, you know, we've got to get the, but because seven companies, now I can't give you the details, but 7 companies.
Yeah. We didn't see them out there today.
You know, I believe I've been patient. I really do.
And we should emphasize, what we showed today, the footage where we drove, that was actually the Bill Pullum side that he kept and that he owns. Yeah, we didn't even run through our side because it's still overgrown with trees.
Right, the 90 acres that you and I actually purchased, and should I forget, Mr. Pullum maintained the most expensive property, the highway frontage, some 1,900 feet of it, that you and I won't ever see a dime off of that. He was nice enough to give us 2 little cut-throughs so we could get to the 90 acres that we bought. Right now, the biggest use for that property is a borrow pit. We're pulling clay off of there right now for the road department.
Yeah, and we couldn't even get up in there. That's why we didn't go. There's no road.
I've been patient enough, and I'm going to use a word today. I'm tired of being lied to. I don't believe there's anything in the pipeline. If there was anything in the pipeline, all the way back to Operation Bluebird, 890 jobs at $85,000 a year, we'd be building airplanes out there right now. Another 800 jobs we was promised, and 300 here and 400 there, and on and on and on and on and on. Okay? Bottom line is, look, this is just how I was raised, folks. I feel like after 10 years, I'm qualified to say, quit lying to me. All right? Quit lying. I don't want to hear about your top secret telephone call and we're just 2 minutes away from success. Come on, hang on in there with us a little while longer. We're just 2 minutes away from success. I'm sick of it. It's one lie after another lie after another lie. And folks, look, other members of the media that want to participate in that lie, once again, it's their newspaper and it's their TV station. I will tell you this, that Mr. Newman over at Channel 3, when he ran his story about the 800 jobs coming, I asked, a year later, I sent him an email and asked him to follow up because that was a story of love. And I waited a year after that and I sent him another email and I asked him to follow up because he gets on the TV station. That's Channel 3, folks. That's where you're supposed to get your wait. Your most trusted news source. Your most trusted news source. They sit on there and tell, well, it's, you know, we're hundreds of construction jobs coming to Santa Rosa County. It's a lie. All right? Look, the citizens have been patient, but nothing happens. It is a gigantic hole that we throw money into, and I dare to say, and listen to me very carefully, because I don't want to be accused of a person who's going to complain about something and not have a solution. Start out with, we should have never bought the Pullum Industrial Park. We should have took the $3.2 million and we should have sunk it into infrastructure in the aviation park, and we should have sunk it into infrastructure in the Jim Young property and a little bit of additional infrastructure in the industrial park that we had. And we would be dollars ahead of the game right now, because the first person who comes to your industrial park is not going to put in the infrastructure just to be in there. That's not how business works. You have to make anything attractive to them. No different than when you're trying to sell a house, ladies and gentlemen. You plant a few flowers in the front, and you clean the driveway, and you make sure everything's neat in appearance. That's what draws people in. What we have is blank pieces of property with nothing but a dirt road on it.
Well, we have empty properties in the original industrial park.
Oh, absolutely. We have property that already has infrastructure, doesn't have anybody in it. But bottom line is, I was patient the first 2 or 3 years. But all we, the citizens, are getting now is a lie compounded upon a lie. There's nothing coming. There is no reason to keep going on the path that we were going. It's time for a change, ladies and gentlemen. It is time to go at it a different way. I think the 10-year experiment that we have run on economic development with virtually the same people involved the whole time, it is a complete and utter failure.
Well, it worked out well for a couple of people.
Worked out well for a couple people. And at the next show, we'll talk more about that. I'm Jerry Cooey.
I'm Deborah Nelson. Thanks for watching. Good night.